Question 462. I can't actually read that word. Bowerick Wowbagger spent his accidental immortality trying to insult everyone in the universe in alphabetical order. If you found yourself immortal, what fruitless tasks would you undertake?
All of them.
Are you doing the question clicky thing?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
I'd go pull bugs out of spider webs.
You could set to save the bugs?
Save the bugs out of the spider web. That's what I would do. That'd be fun.
It
Just
kills
'cause
spiders
it's
off.
fun.
Okay. So let's
See?
die. Fuck the
What?
bugs.
Look at that.
And
It was the most ridiculous thing I could think of.
You have
Well,
all
I mean-
of time and space.
So, are you immortal in just that you will live for a very long time?
You're immortal
or
and
You live,
Or that you
you
cannot,
you live forever, you can't die.
can't die.
Yeah.
you can't die at all.
No.
Well, like,
So
the trouble
you
is...
fought like Wolverine.
You cannot die. The mechanism is not relevant.
Alright.
See, I'd like
So
to
if I
say...
get blown
I'd like
up, that's going to be messy.
Yeah.
I'd like to say something
You'd
positive,
be
like...
Jack Harkness in
Yes.
Torchwood.
You are a
So
fact.
I'd reconstitute myself.
Yes.
Okay. We'll
See,
try.
I'd like to say something positive, like sort fucking climate change out or something like that. But
that's not
I just-
fruitless, fucker.
no,
Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't say that one. It's not
man,
fruitless.
yeah, but
You could sit there and individually
I
take
only-
carbon atoms out of the atmosphere.
by the time
One
I'm
at a time.
by the time I'm actually able to do any fucking thing about it, it will be a fruitless task because I would have fucked it all by then.
No, I feel it's fruitless sometimes. I mean, I know it's not, but it's frustrating. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, you know.
I mean, Sammy points out, if you're immortal, wouldn't all tasks become fruitless?
To yourself, maybe, but you're to your greater surroundings, people around you, the planet. No.
Right.
Dedicate
I
a
agree,
couple
man.
hundred years teaching science to creationists.
That's not enough.
That is fruitless.
It is fruitless and it is eternal.
Yeah, but it's fruitless. You said what fruitless thing would you do? That's fruitless.
That's very true.
Okay.
Doc says picking all the fruit in the world. Badger.
How is that fruitless?
I'd like. I was about to say I'd like to say that I'll do something useful, but actually no, I wouldn't, and I wouldn't like to say that either. What I would probably do is dedicate a few hundred years to restoring Star Wars, and then
Yeah, you're right. That's not useful. That's not
then
useful.
probably just go around reenacting Highlander for a couple of thousand years.
See, I was. Damn it, Badger! Badger, you stole my fucking thunder there.
I mean, given that you've got time travel, you could choose to play every role in Star Wars.
I've got time travel as well.
Well, otherwise you couldn't go and.
Oh,
If there was time travel, he would go back and stop.
Do none of you read
What do you
Hitchhikers?
do after fucking time
Goddamn
travel?
question, Dave.
You've got to have time travel to do these fruitless things.
Well, no. Well, no. The question
immortal.
was that you're immortal. When did you bring time travel into the equation?
that's
Yeah.
a whole different ball of wax.
Did you not know who Wowbagger is?
That I do not remember. That being,
Never heard of the name.
I do not remember that being his name in the book.
You have effective time travel. He's like
No, I don't remember that being his name.
it's like it was. It's like a bit like the Inquisitor from Red
You're going
Dwarf.
with Red Dwarf, aren't you?
Yeah.
From Red Dwarf.
He got outsmarted by Lister, for fuck's sake. That's not
Yes.
a good example.
With a backfiring gauntlet.
Haunted by the cat.
Okay, so we get time travel as well.
Yes. It's not really meaningful apart from the ability to do the tasks.
According to Hitchhiker's Guide Wiki, that is his name.
Yes.
I do not remember that being his name at all.
I don't remember his first name. I cut and pasted his first name. I knew his surname.
if there's time travel involved, and this might not be necessarily fruitless, I would go back and re-screw my hot ex over and over again, like 500 times, and then I'd move on.
And you move on.
That's what I do.
That's a fruitless
I miss
task.
her.
It's a fruitless
I miss
task.
her. Only to everybody else would be fruitless to me.
Well, I'll tell you, if I'm going to be doing a fruitless task forever, I'll just spend forever on fucking Tinder trying to get a date. That is a fucking fruitless task.
I'm probably just going.
Try Grinder.
Same.
Grinder's more
Try
effective.
I'd get back in time
Actually,
and convince Nostradamus to write
you know
proxies
what?
accurate proxies about Donald Trump.
I'd almost do the Grinder thing just
Patient.
because I believe sooner or later, and I have this belief that if I was to go through Grinder long enough, I would come across Matt Powell. I have the belief I have this just gut feeling that he is on Grinder. I don't know why.
I think you'd do quite well on Grinder.
There is.
That's just going to annoy him doing well on Grindr.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point of me not really being interested in guys is the problem there.
Yeah, but I still think you do quite well on Grinder.
Just get date after date after date after date.
Yeah.
Manager just wants you to be on Grindr so he can swipe left.
If I come across a picture of a badger on there, I'd be like, no.
I don't actually know how Grindr works, but I think you do quite well on it.
Uh-huh.
But I do have this theory: if you go on there and swipe longer, you will come across Matt Powell on there.
I think you're probably right.
Yes, I think so. Manda.
Thank you, Dave. I would, since I can time travel, I would, get George R.R. Martin to finish the fucking books, and I would go back and start at season 5 and redo all of them, do it to season 10 like George R.R. Martin wanted to do in the first place, and fix that shit. That's what I would do. Fruitless, yes, but worth it.
You wouldn't have got. Yeah.
How is
that
it fruitless? You produce something at the end of it.
Okay, well, yeah, but I mean, it's a fucking TV show. Who cares?
Lots
You
of
do
people
find
care.
answer. I was going to produce something at the end of it.
Are we only supposed to be coming up with ideas that have no purpose whatsoever?
Yeah, they have to be fruitless,
Badger wants to fix Star Wars.
which is a problem.
Yes, so
But-
that's, I mean, in the end, it doesn't fucking matter. Not like if you were, taking carbon atoms out of the atmosphere, like you said, Dave, or something.
One at a
like
time.
that. Yeah, but that's still not fruitless. You're still working towards something that.
How many carbon atoms are we putting into the atmosphere right now?
Oh,
If I was to start taking them out one at a time, I reckon it'd be fruitless.
But it still it still equates to something in the end, regardless of how minuscule it is. A TV show does fucking nothing. So that's all I'm
You're
saying.
breathing out more than you'd pull out.
I think I'm just going to go around, if it's got to be completely
Stand by my
pointless,
point.
I'd just go around cleaning everyone's laptop screens.
That sounds kind of
People
gross,
would think their laptop was broken.
Well, whilst you're there, could you cover Ryan Johnson's with Corona?
Who's Ryan Johnson?
He's the guy who directed that film that they slapped a Star Wars label on.
And while you're there, you might as well go ahead and throw some of the COVID on Trump's little BlackBerry phone he keeps tweeting from. He'd be sure to get it.
First of all, Ryan Johnson is young enough that he'll be fine. So it wouldn't do shit. Second of all, go after Trump.
After Trump.
I think I'm just going to slap Ryan. That'll be my task.
You see, I tell you, I've got a task. I've just worked out what I want my task to be.
Okay, go.
I
Go,
am
Dave.
going to remove Trump's hairs one by one. Every couple of hours. I'm just going to appear, take a hair, disappear.
Sounds like a plan.
So I guess if we could time travel, we could go into the future, get some kind of device that would make us invisible, and then we could do whatever you wanted to.
I think I'm just going to repeatedly kick everyone involved in the writing of certain
Here he
films
goes.
in the balls.
That's a fruitless task. It's fun
Forever.
forever.
It's fun, but it's fruitless.
There's a few thousand people, but you know they can.
Not everyone involved in making them, because a lot of the visual effects people and costume people and everyone did really good work.
A lot of the actors were actually pretty good. It was
The actors
writing
were
that
fine.
yeah.
They were just reading the lines they were given. The people who wrote those lines, on the other hand, I am going to kick in the balls for eternity.
And the idiot who directed.
And the idiot direct. Jones says, talking about Trump, I'd teach him science. The perfect fruitless task. God says you can't be talking about superpowers again. We're not talking about superpowers. We're talking about immortality. It's not a superpower.
Kind of is, though.
What have I missed? Intellectual Iconoclasm says, resolve the mythicist historicist.
Historicity?
Well, that's what I would have said, but that's not what he's written.
Oh.
Historicist. Okay. Resolve the mythicist-historicist debate. And then he says, troll the Doctor endlessly. And then he says that Bad Tempered Badger, now you must create a Grindr account with this avatar.
Yep.
Sammy says, watch Critical Quiz streams endlessly.
Can you make a Grindr account that isn't on your phone?
No.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I know what I'm going to do now.
Why don't you get yourself a burner?
I'm going to go back in time and troll a certain Jew so that he thinks he sees a vision on the road to Damascus.
He wasn't a Jew, he was a Roman.
He's a Roman? Was Saul a Roman?
Yeah.
Was he?
I thought so.
He was.
I could be wrong.
No.
I've got it. I know what I'll do. I will go back.
Well, you know
in
who
time.
we're going to troll.
Yes.
I will go back in time. I will take all of the tea out of the harbour. And I will make them drink it.
What the fuck, Badger?
Basically, what you see, it's all the spin on this. You're not getting the PR right. What he's offering to do is to make tea for the entire of Boston.
You know that is not his intention. You fucking know that.
This is what PR means.
Dave, I'm going to hire you as a spin man.
You understand, Badger? You and I are no longer friends now.
You're aware that had you not done this sort of petty, fucking, childish bullshit, we would still be ruled by England, and you wouldn't have an orange-haired fucking muppet.
What?
Okay.
By the way,
Wait. In all honesty, we were kind of the bad guy because
thank
the
you, Kaz. By the way, I was going to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were both right, Dave.
England spent all that money fighting with us against, with or against whatever the fuck, the one before, with France. And you guys just asked for taxes to pay for that because you fucking paid for it. You should have given us representation, yes. But we weren't exactly the good guy when it all started, so.
Manda, can I just say that? Looking at the state of your country right now, do you actually think you are ready for independence in Britain yet? I don't think you are.
You're not like Goody Two Shoes Australia.
I do not give a shit about the
They're civilized enough so that they can be, have independence. I'm not so sure about America.
I don't really give a shit about the geopolitical situation at the time. I'm kind of in support of America just going, yeah, fuck you, we ain't paying your taxes. However, do not fucking waste the tea.
Okay. That's like your only reason for this.
Perfectly good fucking tea you wasted.
I'm fine with you just to go in the independence and look where it got you, but that's another topic. But
God fucking damn all of you. Okay.
Right, how exactly did we get? How exactly?
Well, Manda.
I entirely understand the reasoning behind not wanting to pay the taxes, and then telling the Brits to fuck off, and we want to do our own shit. But just fucking.
I think Amanda and I need to get out of this stream because we feel attacked right now. I'm just saying.
How exactly did we get from a perfectly innocent immortality question?
Because you let Badger in the stream. This is what happens.
I've got another idea, Dave. I'd take a megaphone back to 1963, stand on the grassy knoll and shout "duck."
They wouldn't
and then
listen.
Duck Duck Goose. Oh no.
Duck, duck, goose.
The problem I think we're having here is we're ignoring the immortality part because now we know
You are.
there's time travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
You added that caveat, Dave, so it was like, yeah.
Completely forgot the question. But
So
What
we're
was
just
the
gonna
question? No, I'm kidding.
We're going to come up with an infinite number of small petty tasks.
All that have a point, I would say, that are not fruitless.
Oh, come on, they're fruitless.
They're
What are
not.
we
You
gonna
stand
do?
on the grassy knoll and shout "duck." You save a life.
Yeah, but what does it do?
Possibly. We
Do
don't
you
know.
actually save a life though, or do you just get to run off with your troll face like?
No, it just would have been delayed. They would have got him later. It doesn't matter.
It was going later.
Dave,
Right.
The them, the them that conspiracy theorists always talk about.
Well,
This
usually when something like that happens, it's not the one guy. There's somebody else behind it. So I'm assuming there's a them.
What about fruit?
Oh,
I mean, the
that's what
fruitless task
You
would be
go
like-
back in time and you start the them.
wait, you
You get a whole heap of people together and you create this organization that just makes people believe there's an organization.
That's not
This
fruit.
shit.
That's not.
You mean you just start the Illuminati?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, Manda. Yes,
But that's
Manda.
not. That's not
go
fruitless if
back.
you're
Wait,
attempting to
wait,
troll.
wait. Shut the fuck up, everybody. Let a man speak for one. God damn it.
Yes, Mom.
Thank you. If
Manda?
you go back, I'm not saying I subscribe to any conspiracy theory surrounding Kennedy. I'm just saying go back and look at when Johnson was sworn in right after Kennedy got his fucking head blown off. The smile on his goddamn face standing next to fucking Jackie is gross as fuck.
She doesn't subscribe to any conspiracy
She's
theories.
right. I actually
don't.
forgot about that.
Any
That's just
conspiracy
fucking wrong.
theories.
I've just remembered, Dave, that conspiracy theories is one of the things that I forgot to put on our chat list.
Excellent.
This is like a book now.
I subscribe to the Red Dwarf theory of the Kennedy assassination. Just by the way.
Yes, Kennedy
He
shot himself.
assassinated himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, I think we should move on.
I definitely think we should move on.
We can always come back to this with our time machine.
Oh, God. Right.
I will infinitely come back to this question and update you on what I've been doing.
The fruitless
Question-
task will be with critical question. Question number 1,003,000.
I wonder if we will remember this episode if we get to a question 1 million.
Actually, that would be one cool thing would be to watch all of these that Dave has ever made and then come back and appear on them and answer the questions out of order for him.
You just want to screw with me. Right.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, you're going to ask this question. Here's my answer.
So, yeah.
I've got it.
Oh,
I would memorize every holy book ever written and then set myself on fire so that I can say that I've burnt them all.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
Right.
Badger. What are we going to do with you?
Technically, you could go back in time and set yourself up as a god.
No.
it would basically be a god.
Not exactly.
I was gonna say.
Not
That seems
exactly.
again-
a lot of work, though.
It could,
Amanda.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.